This is Justin Scoop on Monday, December 22nd, 2025. Take a look at SPX, and it should be a quiet week because you got Christmas on Thursday. But this gap up, I mean, are we actually going to head to an all-time high? It's possible. I don't know, but this is a nice move up. We were breaking down last week and then kind of recovered here. This was looking like it could be a bit of a flag, but nope, it's gapping up. So it's not really flagging in the bull direction to continue lower, at least not yet. We are in the bottom half of this channel. We're below the midline here. So if we push up above the midline tomorrow, we're going to be contending with the highs through here. And it's really not that far to go to get to a new all-time high. So let's look at what happened today. Oh, we gapped up and then kind of went sideways and then kind of broke out. This is a really nice, there's a couple different ways to draw that. You could say it was kind of steep like this, but then where do you draw the low? It's kind of like that, and then that's a trap that looks like it's breaking bearish and then doesn't, immediately reverses, kind of a stair step, that breaks out. This is kind of a flag here, continued up, kind of flagging some more, continued up. So and started to pull back a little bit more. Nice hammer there. It just didn't have the strength to keep going. So at this point, you know, okay, something weak is coming in. I'm going to pull back a little bit more. Didn't quite get down to the 100 here, but did pause and allow just time to go by. We didn't get a squeeze through any of this. It just slowed down. So, but it made a pretty good move. So that ended up being the high in the day. Even though we did pull back a little bit more, we did get going. Actually, this was pretty good. About a half hour. What is that? About a half hour buying, but then really sideways for a while here. And then not really too much. It was looking like, okay, you got the squeeze formed here. If I can circle the squeeze. That was a great squeeze. It just didn't fire during the day here. And then yeah, it went sideways. So the strength is still in here. So if we can open inside even, that'd be a really nice structure to just continue to break out or push higher. So yeah, I think the main setup on the day was that false breakdown right there, where we did not continue lower. It's kind of like a low, hesitate, and a trap, and great reversal. I mean, quite a hammer, but this is Morningstar reversal-esque. It's kind of like that, especially because I mean, this whole, you got to kind of squint and see like these two candles kind of merge together. But anyway, the high being taken out, the high of the bear candle here being taken out by that candle there. Um, that's just a great bull move with the kind of reversal sort of shape. So at that point, be looking bullish, and you had plenty of time. You had no, what is this? 3 minute, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, about 18 minutes of it going sideways here to still get in. So there are definitely some opportunities there. Let's go find one. If you look at, this is the 68.75 call that expired today, and all you're looking for is some of this consolidation to get in bullish. So you're getting in at like 3. Could have definitely gotten in at 3 and a stop down at 2. I'm not crazy about that, but buy at 3, stop at 2, and just let it run. And it easily doubled up to 6. That would have been around here. And I think it even got pretty close to 9. Didn't quite triple, I don't think. But that's a great setup. Yeah, just trading that for a double in the option. So you're risking 1 to make 3. Probably could have made 4 or 5 pretty easily there too. So that would have been a great setup. That was the main one. we had this going down sharply here, and then it's reversed nicely, put in a resting pattern, and then, I mean, it's a low risk setup, right? Same time that's happening, the puts, yeah. So this is, the puts are running into this resistance. It's holding, it's holding these lows, and then here's that same consolidation, and it breaks down. And so that's a great setup to get in. So you want to be shorting the put, which means going long the call. Great setup. Couldn't quite get a retest back up to that level. Didn't do it there. And I came up here, then did it again here. I guess this one too. But yeah, it couldn't recover back up to that opening pattern. That's what's great about this put. We zoom out and look at that. Look at this opening. What is that, an hour? Nice hour or so. Let all the choppiness get out. The call got hit a whole lot worse. So you can see the same kind of pattern here. Again, it just depends on how you draw this. You have the same consolidation here on SPX and on the put, but on the call, it's just tanking, right? That's so, this is from the gap up. You had so much premium baked into it that the price gapped up so much at open, and it had to get pulled out. Just the premium had to get sucked out. And so in the first hour or so, it did that. Market makers just took that out. And then it went on to move, well, not even back up to the high. Didn't even recover back to the high. So, but that's the setup. That was the main setup for the day, I think. There were some other opportunities later. Not as strong as this, just with the trap here. And then he didn't have any other great level. It would have been nice if we touched the 100, but that probably would have been too easy for everyone. This level here is pretty close to that. So you could say, okay, that's kind of this 68, 70 sort of resistance here. So maybe that was why it was holding this level here, like a breakout and then a big retest, something like that. But I don't know. If you were buying here because of that level, that would have been just about 1 o'clock. Yep, that would have been right here. So good place to be in. Just ride that back up for a little gain and then get out. These days where it's a holiday week, you can't really expect those massive moves. There's just lighter volume. I mean, there's no volume even showing up on SPX. So you can go off of the option volume. We can look at SPY, see some volume, but should just be a little slower. So expectations just reduce them a little bit. Don't aim for the home run, aim for a nice little gain. A double of an option or something like that would be a good way to go. But you're the one clicking the buttons. All right, this is Justin. Hope this helps. Thanks.